Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Shoot the Ish. And tonight, I'm actually doing a little live. I'm doing a live on the IG right now. So for those who in IG world, thank you for tuning in. But you know I had to come do an episode on the Balenciaga. But this right here is dedicated to other YouTuber Hassan Campbell. Yo, you know I had to get my little machetes out, you know, my little weapons, just to be like, you know what, right now we about to cut down some shit right now. That's basically how I'm looking about doing it. I'm looking to cut down some bullshit. And the reality, sometimes you gotta look at shit a certain way, right? And I know with the YouTube, it tells you, you know, make sure you say no bad words within the first minute or first 2 minutes of recording. But I wanted to actually talk about Balenciaga. And really, it's actually just to talk about basically the brand itself and about the controversy that happened, because I believe it happened like November 16th in reference to it was a campaign they were going for. It was a Balenciaga gift shop presentation where they actually showed children. They actually showed toddlers with teddy bears that basically with BDSM. So basically, if you don't know what BDSM is, that's basically like a situation where you are actually showing like sex. Like you ever seen like what was it? I would say you ever seen what was it, Pulp Fiction, the Gimp and shit like that, the motherfuckers be having all the leather on and stuff like that, all that sexy to each his own. But the fact that they actually had kids doing it made it a big issue. But that's one part. So it had the thing with the situation with the kids, right? Thank you guys for tuning in. But it had the situation with the kids, and that was one of the campaigns. Then there was a campaign that actually happened before that. Now, the campaign that happened before that was the one where they actually had the material on the table. They took a picture with the material on the table. And with the material that was on the table, it had documentations about child pornography, about laws and everything about child pornography. But this was a campaign for Balenciaga. Now, where I go with a lot of this, or why I wanted to do a podcast or have this be a topic, was basically to just say, keep that same energy. Understand, keep that same energy, because within the past couple of months, we've been focused on basically words that we speak. And that goes back to Ye, that goes back to Kyrie and everything of that sort. So to me, I'm like, yo, keep the same energy. But at the same time, we still got to look at certain situations, right? So what we're saying is that when you're actually going to be mentioning and talking about kids, now kids is always that subject where you don't play with that. We already had the situation with Epstein and they wilding out with the kids stuff, but that was under the wraps too, along with his I guess it was his girlfriend. Now she went to jail, right? They said Epstein killed himself. He was whatever in reference to that. But we're going to look at a certain situation where, like, again, I say keep the same energy, right? So when you're looking at what's actually going on, right, you have Kim K, who's the ambassador for Balenciaga. I think she's been ambassador for going on like a year now, right? So when you look at what was going on, right, the issue that they had with Kim K was the fact that when it came out, which it was November 16th when the situation happened, she didn't say anything about it for like a week. And then when she said something, she said, key words, I am disgusted. And wait, I got my notes. I am embarrassed and disgusted by what I saw with children. Now, remember, she's a mom with kids. But how she followed up with it was, but I know I'm the ambassador and I'm not going to cut ties, right? What? Wait, this is a company that you're an ambassador for, and they did almost like child porn shit. Like, and to let you understand, if you actually did go, because I had a coworker actually was showing me about some of the stuff they had. They actually had they had other paintings where they had one of the artists who normally was doing a lot of the campaign. He had paintings with, he's known for painting pictures of kids, toddlers being castrated and stuff like that. Look, you could look this all up. Believe me, I was doing my notes. So when it's all said and done, I'm reading more and more about it. So reality is this new. And you guys already know when I talk about a subject, I'm going to bring the topic up, but I got to dig deeper. And the saddest part is, okay, Balenciaga did it. Child porn. But do we stand for shit? Because this isn't the first time, right? Because we have companies like, wait, always understand, Balenciaga is actually owned by a company called Kering. And what that company is, they actually own Gucci, they actually own Saint Laurent, and they actually own, again, Balenciaga. Now, these are French companies, right? This hasn't been the first time that these companies have done or put out advertisements where they were actually subject to some bullshit. Now, I think in the very beginning when I started doing a podcast, I talked about the situation was blackface in reference to the Gucci situation. And people were up in arms about it. But guess what? It's almost like anything that we focus on. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Because it's social media. We can just say what we dislike, say I'm not supporting, and you burn a couple of sneakers. Then you're like, hold the fuck up. Why burn that shit? Let me get my shit back. You know what I'm saying? So when it's all said and done, do we really stand by anything? But there are a lot of situations where most people will tell you, well, what the hell else you want me to buy? Because no matter what you buy, it's been a situation where most of these companies don't even give a fuck about the minority dollar anyway. And at the end of the day, do we really stand up for anything? But again, as I always say, keep that energy. Keep the energy. Now, to me, I'm just going to give you guys, in case you did not know, let's look at another company. The company is Louis. And everybody love their Louis bags. But let's just keep this. Everybody knows that Louis, you can still go. Everybody got the bags. The stores are still open and everything like this. Now, when I said, remember, I said keep that same energy. And I got to do my research, right? Now, remember, we were just talking about Kyrie. We were talking about Ye right now still can't get his money and everything like that. Kyrie had to apologize like he's some little ass kid and all this other bullshit. But did you guys know? Now I'm going to make sure I get the right words because I did find this out a long time ago. 1854, Louis Vuitton was actually created. And there's a story about Louis Vuitton from rags to riches, basically. But Louis Vuitton actually, his descendants, the original Louis Vuitton, he actually died. And his family was still going on, moving. Remember, it was 1854 when it happened, right? So as he was getting, and family took over the business, they actually helped Hitler and the Nazis, and they made money off of the Nazis back, during World War II. So when it's all said and done, they actually helped the Jews. The Nazis against the Jews. Now, don't take my word for it. All you got to realize, all I said was Louis Vuitton, Nazis. So guess what? All you got to do is just look it up. You will see it. And you will be able to read about his documentaries about it. But again, I go back to keep that same energy. We also know, if you look at the history of Adidas, that's also Nazis. So the thing is, when I say keep that same energy, do we stop funding? Do we stop supporting? Look, I'm going to just say it like this. I got a job, though. But I got to be careful what I say because I don't want to be like, yeah, I can't afford to lose my damn job. But you got to look at a situation like this, right? They crucified Ye based on statements. And he said, basically what Kanye said was, how can I be an anti-Semitic person on the basis that I am a Jew. Kyrie said, how can I be anti-Semitic if I know who I am? Now, what it did do, and I would always say what these things did do, it made me become more inquisitive. And like I told you guys, when you're trying to find out who you are as a person, especially people of minority descent, you're literally trying to find out who you are. All right, so basically, hey everyone. All right, but you got to always realize, like, with everything that happened, like I said, it's more or less keeping that same energy with everything that happens, right? And I'm going to get back on the Balenciaga thing, though. But what you'll realize is that the things that, if you're going to keep that same energy or be able to see, like, the Israelites and say all this other stuff, it all coincides. It was like you got one group of people who were, like, these two men was ostracized, banned, talk, like, that's all you heard in the news. You seen all that. But now you see the stuff that's going on with Balenciaga, they barely want to talk about it. They actually said, we apologize and we'll get down to the bottom of it. Now, what kind of confuses me with that, understand when it comes to fashion or a big corporation, before design comes in, you have a design team. It's a whole bunch of people this stuff goes through. And I doubt these people are dumb. If we can see that, like you can't say that was a mistake that you would put a campaign up and today I'm going to put these papers up and take a picture of it and put this in my campaign. What was the purpose of it? Why would you put papers that have to do with child porn? And nobody caught that. And then the question is, somebody had to catch it because what? You just had child porn paper in your company, a designer company? So again, bullshit. Keep the same energy. Keep the same energy, people. Then you have teddy bears, right? That you put kids in. I put the kids in it, and wait, that teddy bear got the strap-ons, the teddy bear got the leather outfits, and these are kids, toddlers. Yeah, that makes sense. I could art. Come on, yo, like what? Are you serious? I'm telling you, I'm about to take the yammy out. You got my chop. You serious? Like you couldn't figure that out? Come on, yo. That don't even make sense. These are adults. These are big companies. All this shit is just ran in front of each other. And you mean to tell me you can't see that, wait, something was wrong with that. But then this goes back, even like I said, Kim K just said, no, I cannot stop supporting them. I am a ambassador for the company. That's when it's all said and done, nobody gives a fuck about the kids. I mean, let's just be honest. In this world, when you travel, one of the main issues in traveling is seeing sex slaves, sex workers, and kids are prostituted all over the world. So nobody really cares about the kids. That's probably why it wasn't a big deal to do it. Because is this common? Is this something that we normally do? Yeah, it'd be so, like, I'm telling you, if you travel, you be seeing some freak booty shit, and you be like, what? That's a little boy over there. But you can't really do nothing because you ain't in front of this country, but that's how these motherfuckers get down. It'd be some weird shit. But you got to travel to be able to see half of this cuckoo shit, and it's common, and people will prostitute their kids because people come from poor countries. But again, the real issue is really basically about you as the consumer. Because at the end of the day, you guys make these companies big. Like, I know people, look, wait, somebody's in here. And I know one of my boys that said he used to love some Prada. And look, let me just say something. Prada had a thing a long time ago where they were using, it was around the time where they did the blackface ornaments that they were doing. I was like, yo, okay, cool. Do you still support them? Do you still buy Prada? Do you still buy your Moncler? Do you still wear Gucci? If you still wear it, It's almost like how we as black people have always been. If we love you, we will buy more from you if you disrespect us. If you treat us with kindness, do we really want to buy it from? Nah, I love it when they disrespect me. I'm going to show them. That disrespect they're giving me, guess what? I'm going to buy more from you to show you that. I know you can't stand me, but guess what? I'm going to buy some more from you. Goddamn. Damn, idiot. You mean to tell me somebody disrespects you and you still buy from them? Now, don't get me wrong. Timberlands played us, I think, at one time. Tommy Hilfiger. So it's like, well, Cliff, you might as well take your ass to Walmart and stop buying. But think about it. What would be wrong with me buying Walmart clothes? Because I always said to a certain point, who are we trying to look fresh for any damn way? Look. Some of us are married. Some of us have homes. Some of us have a lot of things going for ourselves. So who am I really trying to impress? I don't need to spend this to make myself look big for somebody else. But the reality, these companies don't really truly care. But again, it's us. It's our dollar that actually helped these companies strive. And I always said, like, the black dollar is interesting, but it's almost like the black dollar is how can I explain that black dollar? That black dollar, far as consumers and far as brands, they recognize it's something called brand degradation, right? And it's like when you're actually when a company, it's like I'll say it's almost like how Gucci at the Wow, it got cheaper because it was so many black people buying it. And it was like, it's fucking up our brand. We're destroying that brand. They wanted to be more of an exclusive club. And sometimes you're trying to build that brand back up. But we were the consumers of it. They didn't want us wearing it. Because again, we're trendy shoppers. We'll be rocking this year. We'll be rocking this. You have people who really just said, no, I mess with this brand. This is all I've been doing it. You do know that's what they're doing with Polo as well. Right now, Polo prices went up. They wanted to make it more exclusive. They took all the Polos out of Marshall because at the end of the day, they want to bring their brand back to a high scale. That's why make it more rare. That's why, again, you can't find it how you used to find it. The prices have went up on Polo Ralph Lauren. So to really get back into what I was saying again about Balenciaga, about all these brands are only great based on how you support and how you spend. The reality is, when do we put our money behind the right shit? Or, as I say, keep the same energy, because the same energy you had forget Kyrie, the same energy you had to say forget Ye. What happened to that energy? Because as I told you, Louis Vuitton supported Hitler and the Nazis, but guess what? Y'all still rocking them Louis bags. Gucci played us out as black people. What did they do? They went out and get Dapper Dan and say, he works for us. But the reality, you don't think with all those people that work for these companies that they know what's the campaigns and everything that they have going on. You don't think they know this already? Let's be honest. You know they know it. You know they know it. But I always try to figure out smart business people. What's the purpose? What's the reason? Why do they do it? I just still don't understand to this moment why would they even do anything with the kids. That was kind of weird. But again, like I said, when you go to other countries, you see all this sicko shit, and kids are truly treated like shit throughout the world. So when it's all said and done, let me just see if I have anything else, right? I was like, and when I was talking about the Louis Vuitton, right? And like I said, there's a documentary talking about their time when they were where they were supporting the Nazis. And from 1930, documents on the company and things of that sort, documents that they had from 1930 to 1945, supposedly all those documents burned. So you really have no documentations to show the money, how it was being transferred, how they made their money with them. All those documents was burned. So the reality, everybody always has blood on our. Oh, who's this? Okay, everybody always has blood in the history when you go back and look at a lot of stuff. But the reality is, I always say, just keep that same energy. And sometimes I think and one thing I like to do with the podcast, topics that come up, and yeah, I can talk about Balenciaga. That could be the topic. I'm not gonna get that deep into it. What I usually try to do is just try to tell people, like, just think a little different. Understand, like, yeah, 9 times out of 10, we don't. People could treat us like shit. We'll still support them, right? But it's almost like change that way of thinking, because I had those ways of thinking, like, oh, I'm still rocking, But as you get older, you start to realize, like, what am I doing? Does it make sense? Somebody could play me, and I'm still out here like, yo, I got that Gucci right on. Yo, my LV's on point. Like, I'm fly, nigga. I'm saying that to another black person from the company who said I ain't shit, to the company that want to treat me like a joke. We truly, as a people, we gotta stop that shit. That's kind of like, it's kind of like we still got our shit, almost some slave mentality or that old Negro shit. The people who treat us like shit, what we want to prove to them is that we can still do it. Just like we don't support each other. Look at the Oscars. Yeah, I'll go off on a tangent in reference to we talking about this, but it all correlates. It all correlates. Because the fact of the matter is, stop worrying about what others don't do for us. How about we do for ourselves? How about we do for ourselves? How about we support ourselves? How about we not look at this person over there? Because a lot of us buy things or buy these expensive things for a status symbol. Because you believe I'm going to look rich. I'm going to look like I got money for the next person. I'm telling you. For those of us who are out here in these streets, we out dating. Why are we pressing anybody? Shit, nowadays, yo, I got heat. I got water running in my house. I got food in my refrigerator. I swear to God, you probably get ass off of that. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. And I got Henny. You definitely get some ass. Oh, but just to let you know, Gucci and all of them, that brand is on LV, LV, Moet, and Hennessy are all owned together. So, I mean, at the end of the day, look, it's all a game. But the reality, the money that we spend on these expensive ass clothes and just to be like, yo, I got the Montclair jacket, yo, yeah. So? But you going back home to roaches. What? Nobody cares. Stop trying to press broke people. They gonna be happy that you got a Montclair jacket. And guess what? A motherfucker that really got money, he probably ain't even paying attention or give a damn that you got a Montclair jacket. Guess who really cared? Another broke person. Oh, yo, I got that jacket too. Word. And your shit fake. But nobody don't really give a fuck. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this subject because it came up. And, you know, it's trending. And look, as I always say, one thing I'm learning about social media, jump on the topics that trend. But, you know, I'll probably be doing another episode. I'm thinking about the next episode. I want to get a group of my fellas together so we can bash women. Sam, I'm just playing. But, you know, the ladies come on and talk about dating nowadays. And I'm talking about having a group of fellas come up and we're going to talk about dating, because I know women always want to know what men want, what men desire, and things of that sort. But I'd like to thank you guys for continuously tuning in to Shoot the Ish. And, you know, and everybody that watches live, I thank you. I appreciate it. I see you. I got 3 people. I'm happy. So what? But anyway, again, I'd like to thank everybody who tuned in to Shoot the Ish. Continue to like, subscribe, and definitely share. I will have the episode out tomorrow. So, again, peace out.